Though I hate to see anybody lose their job, sometimes it's time to go. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. Going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, okay, guys. So this is basically we have gotten to the point here. Jennifer standing there, she is just pitiful because she knows her life is just about over because Wyatt is dead. Dead. Chips cashed in. He has left the casino. He's done. That's it for Wyatt. Goodbye, Wyatt. And he needed to go. Like I said, I hate to see anybody lose their job or anything like that. But sometimes things come to an end. This is the end for Wyatt. Goodbye, Wyatt. I was sick of Wyatt. Wyatt's character was becoming cumbersome. It was holding up the Cryer family. It was holding up the investigation. It was holding up the whole thing with us moving forward with Jeffrey. He's just in the way. So he was baggage and he needed to go. So he's gone. So now we can move on. Anyway, so we got that whole thing going on, and I'm laughing at Jennifer because Jennifer's like, oh no, I can't make the phone call to his parents. I can't even look at him. No, you can't look at him because you know Catherine is getting ready to hand you your ass. Your life is over. As soon as she's done in her immediate grief, but you're done. You are done, and I am so here for it. I cannot wait to see what actually happens. Next, we got Hannah and Benny. Hannah decided to walk. Now, dig this. Did y'all see Hannah walking in this good neighborhood with that wig off, marching on down there? I said, really? Really, Hannah? Marching, baby, with her wig off. She walked on around to Candace's house. Betty done come behind her, caught her at the door, well, right there by the door. And they going back and forth, and here come old Nebby ass motherfucking prejudice ass Pearl. Because in this scene, we got to see not only is Pearl a Nebby old bitch, she is just as prejudiced as she could be. I said, look at her, stinking ass. And I got so mad at Hannah. Now, usually you don't hear me do the black and white thing, but Hannah was over there cooning her motherfucking ass off because Benny was wanting to get in her ass. And Hannah kept saying, you apologize. You better show some respect. Fuck that motherfucking Pearl with her nasty little self. She was just as rude. She all but called them a bunch of niggas. You know, went on and on and went on and on. Talked all about, she's so nebby, she got the license plate down. She done ID'd motherfucking Quincy, know what he had on and how his demeanor was and this, that, thing, and the other. She's nebby as the fuck. She really is. She's ridiculous. And you know what? Never mind. Anyway, moving on. I ain't writing this, because if I was writing this, they find her motherfucking ass stinking. But anyway, Hannah, for me, I was trying to roll with Hannah. I'm like, well, maybe she's just trying to kind of like roll with her and pull information from her. But then I was like, no, Hannah, bitch, you couldn't. Yeah, ma'am. And then when they get all the way down to the end of the conversation, she said something about Benny, and she gonna say, you keep him, you watch him. Say, oh, well, who is he? He's my son. Oh, and ran in the house. I said, oh, you bitch. Oh, she's a mess. Fucking Pearl, bitch. And then later on in the program, that motherfucking Candace said, don't even worry. Because they talked all about the cameras and how she has these cameras. And Hannah, and basically, she's pretty much piecing all this shit together. And it ain't looking good to her. But she was sitting there with Benny after the fact. And she was going on just like throwing things out. I'm like, keep going. Keep going, girl. You got it just about together. Keep on going, honey. Keep on going to where you get down to you and your murdering ass kids. Okay. So that was that. They did get to talk to Candace. Candace they want to talk to Hannah's ass, but she told her a lie. Told her, she knew where the baby was. No, she ain't know. Said he was with a preacher or whatever. Just enough to make her shut up and go fuck on home. Went through all that. I was like, yeah. Let's get moving. I want to see what's going on with the other people because they ain't doing nothing. So they went on and did all that. That's what, Miss Cryer had started calling. When he finally got Hannah to go to bed and all that, Miss Cryer started calling because she was getting a phone call telling Hannah, I'm getting a phone call. I'm not answering or whatever. Hannah's like, all right, so I'm going to come on and I'm going to call it. And Hannah was on her way over there. Comes down, see, she looking for Benny. Benny ain't nowhere. She grabbed the car keys so she can go on over to the Cryers because she pretty much know in her soul why his ass is gone. It was the detective trying to contact Mrs. Cryer. And Mrs. Cryer knew. She started to get on my nerves. When she wouldn't open the door, and she was just really doing a whole lot. She started to get on my nerves. It was like, okay, girl, my patience ain't real long. I'd have been like, look, girl, bitch, she's dead. Let's move on, bitch. But Hannah was handling her, real good. But I'd have been the spillitboy, boy, honey. I'd have went right on, honey, because I was getting sick of her. She's getting on my nerves. But anyway, so she's on her way out the door, and who's there but that motherfucker Veronica standing there talking to Benny. Hold that right there. We're going to get back to that because I got a lot to say about that little situation. So we're going to hold that. Okay, let's talk about Landon and Jeffrey. Okay, so we got Landon and Jeffrey up in the hotel room, and he's reading what happened with Maggie, and then she got shot at at Veronica's house, and all of this kind of shit. He read it out of his phone. Jeffrey's like, "Let me see that. Where's from?" So he takes the phone. He's reading it, honey. And I'm looking at Landon. Landon is like scurrying around, baby. His eyes just as big. He packing his shit real fast. Jeffrey's like, "What are you doing?" He gonna say, "Listen, this is bullshit. Your mother, she killed Maggie. I don't want to hear this shit. All of you people, something's wrong with you people. You all crazy. Y'all always got a plan and y'all are always up to something." I said, "You got it. You got it, Landon." And Landon was like, he said, "Well, where are you going?" He said, "Don't worry about it. I'm going far, far away. I'm getting out of here, honey." I said, "Come on, pretty." He's getting the fuck away from them. But I just kind of laughed because I'm like, I want to see what Tyler's going to do with that because surely, he'd have to testify. So I don't know where Landon thinks he's going at and he ain't want to come back. But whatever. We'll see what Tyler does. But yeah, Landon was getting the fuck out of there. He left Jeffrey, told Jeffrey, "Get out. Get out." Jeffrey's like, "Wait a minute. It's just me. It's Jeffrey." He's like, "Get the fuck out." Put Jeffrey's ass out of his room. Jeffrey's like, "Okay." I was like, child, y'all are a mess. Throws his ass on out of there. David and Jim. David goes down to basically apologize to Jim after putting that good old ass whooping on him. And they did. I'm not going through that whole thing because that scene just was too long. But they pieced everything together that he actually, he knew. They got it all together. He knows that Jim called the head off. Jim knows that now. Jim said he forgave him. And he said because whatever he would look, he said he called it off because every time he would look at David's face when he was defending Veronica, he thought of Amanda. Oh, that's nice and sweet, David. If you are really trusting Jim, you're a fool. But like they said, what are we now to each other? We're frenemies. You goddamn right. You better watch that motherfucker because he's going. And he told you, "I owe you a good ass whooping." He's like, and that's one debt ain't gonna get paid, honey. I said, "You better not even know, honey, I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking ass again. You come fucking with me, you bastard." So that was that little whole thing. Okay, so now let's talk about Benny and Veronica. That motherfucking Benny and Veronica. Now, why do we do this? Okay, Veronica over there trying to get some dick. That's what she's doing. She over there in the doorway. She rubbing them and carrying on. That's when Hannah looked at her like, "Fucking nasty old fucking bitch," and went on out there and left. She trying to get some dick. Benny ain't trying to do all that. Benny's telling her, "I just need you to talk to your husband so your husband can lay up off of me. He fucking with my business. He fucking with my phone. My phones and shit ain't working. Man is all mad. He didn't come by my business. All about fucking around with you. So Veronica's, being Veronica. Oh, really? This, that, and the other. Well, the conversation started kind of taking a turn. And it got to a point where Benny was like, I'm really not playing, and something about, this is over. This between us, this is over. It's not, and she said something else, and some kind of way it went into, the shit went left, and he called her an old broad, honey. And that bitch got madder than, woo, child. She got just as mad, and then told him, that's when she went into this whole thing of how the dick wasn't no good. He ain't shit. He ain't got enough for her to even bother using him. Said, yeah, I used you. All I did was use you for sex, and the sex wasn't good. Now, let me stop you, Veronica. Bitch, I understand you, man. Your ego's bruised. But you're going to need to stop lying about the sex ain't good. Bitch, Benny fucked the brakes off your motherfucking pussy. He did. He fucked you backwards, sideways, and underneath the desk, bitch. He got you so fucked up behind the dick that, bitch, you ain't put your motherfucking wig on yet. And you been out of jail for days now, bitch. We done been 9 episodes and you ain't been in jail, bitch. You ain't put your wig back on and you over there trying to get some dick because the dick was good to you, bitch. Now you stop that. And people in general, you need to stop that shit. Soon as the shit ain't working, all of a sudden the dick wasn't no good or the man is gay. Get gone. You need to stop that shit. Because we all seen it. Bitch, he fucked you sideways. Turned you upside down. Bitch had you all fucked up. Had you ready to get your ass thrown out, honey, by your goddamn husband. Your husband's ready to choke your tongue out. Fuck with that young boy. Then I'm looking, then Betty, now Betty done got, and Betty too much up in his shit, like, cause he know the dick good. When he took and pulled the motherfucker outside, I want you to look at it one more time. So you can see it. See this? You ain't never gonna see this again. Now I said, now Benny, now you doing too much. You doing too much. You doing too much. Cause that's really taking it too far when you whipping an old dried up dick out trying to entice somebody. So you stop that, Benny. Them two was really going at it. I said, this is just too much. He told her, get your old ass and get on out of here. Get away from my damn house. That wasn't such a smart move, Benny. You're going to have problems now. That's just the way it is. Now you're going to have Veronica and that motherfucking husband bothering you. But I just got tickled with that. I said, why people do that shit? All of a sudden ain't nothing good. That dress over there without your damn wig on. Last thing was some of the best acting that we've seen thus far with the have and the have-nots. And that's when they finally got into the house and they came down and they basically told Catherine that, yes, Wyatt is done. And she went into this thing and they did this whole thing with slow motion and then they panned away from the house. It was real eerie. It was real eerie and it was acted real well. It was, it was the scene between the police detective, Hannah, and Mrs. Cryer. The acting was some of the best that they've had on this show thus far. I just had to say that. But yeah, so that was real, real eerie. So that's all done. All you naysayers down there in the comments, I hate to be the one to tell you I was right, but I was right. And I didn't know I was going to be right because I'm telling you, I really was sitting there waiting on Wyatt to get up off that bed when Jennifer was talking. And I was preparing myself to be so motherfucking mad at Tyler Perry. But Tyler came through and did what needed to be done. He killed that motherfucking Wyatt. Wyatt, rest in peace, darling. We're done with you. Moving on. Anyway, so things are going to get real, real good, I think, start next week. So come back. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Y'all know how that all works. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.